Hey fellow babies, welcome back to Pachter Factor on SIFTD.net. Hope you're watching this real time. That's because you're a Patreon patron or you are a YouTube subscriber, and both of those get us paid, so thank you very much. If you are either of those, or even if you're not, you can still link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch Prime account. Appreciate it if you would do that. The instructions are in the show description below. We get paid. It costs you nothing. So except for taking maybe about 5 clicks on your PC to get this linked, it is free to you and we get paid. So if you can, please try to remember, check out the show description and find the instructions and get those accounts linked. You got to do it every month. So please remember to do it before you sign off from watching me today. Okay. Our question today from Twitter from @Stefan Swanland. No one can seem to agree on the difference between a remaster and a remake. How do you define them? Which sells better? An old game that looks a lot better but remains mostly the same? Or a complete revamp of an old game that makes it more palatable to modern players but may sacrifice authenticity? I play these things and I don't remember the first game well enough to remember if I did that or not. And man, I'm so bad at games. Like, I'll play games and not even remember a level, you know, that because maybe I beat it quickly and it took longer this time, whatever. I don't know the answer. I honestly don't know. I mean, this comes down to game design. And look, it costs more to completely remake a game than it costs to remaster a game. But, you know, tastes have evolved and gameplay has evolved, and depends on how long ago the game was. Dead Space 1 was what, 2006?
2008.
8, yeah. So you're remaking a game from 14, 15 years ago? Yeah, you're going to probably want to update it and make it better. And remaster, it depends though. Like, I mean, I think if you played Grand Theft Auto 3 remastered, you know, which they had, I mean, that stupid trilogy, it was exactly the same game. And people didn't like it. And you know why? Because it was a old graphics and old game, and they remastered it to make it crisper, but like I said, hardly any moving parts on the screen, and it was just not fun. It was fun back then because it was frame breaking, but we've all played a billion open world games since, so that trilogy that they put out, people wanted new and fresh. They would love to play those missions again and the story again, but updated. You know, updated with current gameplay mechanics, and it's hard to do. It's expensive to do. So I don't know the answer. I mean, again, the guys who decide to do this, they know better than me. You know, I'm always amazed when they remake a movie. Like, what was that movie? Miami Vice. You know, that movie's been made twice. It's like, why would you do that? The first one was in the 80s. And the second one was in the 2000s, and it was like, so what, 2 different characters? I mean, just like, it made no sense to me at all. As a player, I think I probably like the best possible experience. And so as a player, I probably would defer to the creatives to figure out the best experience for their game. But I'd say what matters to me is the story, not necessarily that the level design be identical in every single thing. And, you know, and again, context appropriate. Like, if you're playing a game, you know, that's supposed to take place in the modern time, not Dead Space obviously, but modern time, I don't want to see 2007 cars. I want to see 2023 cars, you know, whatever. So you remaster that, you know, just simple stuff like that, or clothing, you know, or the way people talk. But I don't care. I want to be entertained, and so I would like them to make things fun and great, and it doesn't matter to me if. Although everything I'm hearing is Dead Space remastered is phenomenal, and so people love it. But I actually wasn't sure if it was remastered or remade. Well, the younger audience never played the first game, so by giving them something that looks and feels like a current version game, you're going to sell more units. And the older players are going to still get that nostalgic fix and be happy with it. And they, like me, they may not notice that it's changed because it feels authentic, so they're going to like it. But the newer player is going to want it to be authentic like now, you know. And so I think you probably win by doing a remake as opposed to a remaster. Until this question hit, I never thought about this before. This is not on my radar of things to worry about. So it's new. It's a new question for me, but on reflection, I'd say remakes are probably better than remasters. And I don't think anybody would buy like Dead Space and say, "Oh my God, the monster had 2 eyes instead of 3." You know, they don't give a shit. Like it's not going to change the way they play the game or feel the game. There's a lot of games you could remaster though, like BioShock Infinite, because it doesn't have to be updated. That would be really fun on current gen consoles, and people would love it and would play it. And BioShock 1, people would love and replay. So I expect that by the time BioShock Next comes out, they'll probably remaster the first 2 as well, and they should, and sell the trilogy down the line, and that'll be fun. You know, they announced it in fall of 19 and said several more years, and they haven't announced it yet for 23, so it's not coming this year. So I would say very likely 24, fall of 24, but they haven't announced it, so knowing them, it could be longer. 5 years seems like enough for that. When's Judas coming? You know, that's the question, and because they announced that in December, and a lot of people think that means this year, which it could. Ken Levine is not particularly well known for finishing things on time. I was surprised he was working on a AAA game because he made so much noise about 30-person studio and dumbing it down, and so the stealth of that was pretty cool. And to be honest, he hasn't done anything since 2012, so it's entirely possible that game is 10 years in development and it's going to be amazing, and it could come out this year. I don't actually know. I'm looking forward to seeing him and asking him, and he'll tell me. But I don't know the answer. I got nothing else for you. That's it for Pachter Factor for this episode. If you are an Amazon Prime member, link that Twitch Prime account. If you're paying on Patreon or on YouTube as a subscriber, we appreciate it. If you're doing any of those things or none, you should be following me on Twitter at Michael Pachter. See you next time.